I am not straightening my hair anymore. I decided to do this about a month ago now. I was just randomly surfing the internet and I came across someone with the most beautiful curly hair. And only the night before that or something, I'd been watching Pretty Woman, and Julia Roberts' hair in that is very, very similar to my natural hair. I decided to make the transition because I have completely fried my hair over the past 9 years of my life, from going from jet black to white blonde to purple to reds and coppers and all this crazy stuff, and straightening it every single day. Like, I am not even dramatizing that. Like, I have straightened my hair at least 5 days a week for the past 9 years. It's a very, very long time. So yeah, I'm just going to give you a bit of a background of my hair journey over the past 9 years, which is how long I've been straightening and dyeing my hair. And yeah, and talk a little bit about my journey so far with going curly. It looks like shit right now, I'm aware of that. I haven't brushed it or styled it or anything. It's just been slept on. I woke up not too long ago. This is my story. At the beginning of year 7, so I would have been about 13, I had my natural hair, and my natural hair colour is a very, very yellowy blonde, almost bordering like a strawberry blonde. You can see here as a kid my hair's fairly light, but as I got a bit older, I think I'm about 11 years old in the second photo, it would go really dark in winter, but in summer it would lighten up again. In the second photo you can see that my hair has dropped a lot. There's not as much curl because at that age I was already experimenting with no heat waves to manipulate my hair to be straighter. And it was naturally down to my hips. I wore it curly. In that time also though, I had my auntie living with me, who's more like my sister, and she has naturally, well, it is actually pretty curly, but she straightened it all the time. So it was like really, really long, jet black, beautiful hair, and she would straighten it with an iron, because that's what we did back in the day. We'd fold up a, piece of fabric and get the iron and, So I decided to dye my hair black. So from that really light blonde to black. And I started straightening it. Everyone loved my hair in school, how long it was, and, whether it was the blonde or the black, they just absolutely loved it. And, that's what made me feel confident as a person. Like, I had a lot of insecurity issues as a kid, as most do when you first start high school, and it was my pride and joy. I'm not even going to get into the story of how this happened, but my hair ended up being cut off to here. And it was a popular in thing to kind of have like this short, sort of mullety, straight thing. I don't even know, but that's what it was in. When I was in year 7, all the girls had it, and I did that. The only thing is, I didn't really think it through, because I already had very curly hair, but when you cut it shorter, it takes off a lot of weight, so it goes curlier. So my hair was like this little black fro. Like, I'm talking, take off that bun, that was it, but like tight African, like really, really freaking curly. I had to straighten it. So that's when my straightening journey really went crazy. I was straightening it every single day, sometimes even numerous times a day. I'd even take a straightener to school sometimes. Like, it was ridiculous. So that's what happened with that, and that went on for a very, 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 very long time. When I was about about 15, my hair was still jet black, and I was straightening it every day and teasing it, because I went through that little emo stage. I'd have like heaps of body, kind of looked more like Mickey Mouse, to be honest, and did all that to my hair. Then when I was about 16, 17, I decided I wanted to go white blonde. From black to white blonde. Mind you, over those past years dyeing it black, I didn't know that you only had to dye the roots, so I was doing a box dye of permanent black over my entire head, probably like every 3 weeks. So that's, yeah, I had a lot of product built up on my hair and a lot of damage from straightening every day. It was just horrendous. So when I decided to go white blonde, I still did it pretty slowly, but it obviously wasn't slow enough, and I had to remove a lot of dye, and that caused a lot of damage. So my hair went from being here, because it had finally grown out to about to here, and then it ended up to about here-ish when I went blonde. So that killed a lot of my hair. I had to cut a lot of it off, obviously, and then I just babied it a whole heap. I babied it lots and lots, and over about 2 years, because I had the blonde for about 2 years, it grew out to probably about here again. And the blonde wasn't like that real dry, frizzy blonde like a lot of home jobs of bleach does. It was actually quite good. It wasn't too bad, but when I was about 19, yeah, it was, when I turned 19, I decided I wanted to go brown. Because I just, it was more so because I was getting still my blonde regrowth, but because my hair is more of a dark blonde now that I'm older, I was just kind of over the regrowth and having bleached my roots all the time. And you know how you colour like the overlapping of the bleach, that was causing a lot of damage and a bit of breakage too. So I thought, no, I'll go brown, then I won't have to dye my hair anymore. And because I didn't know what I was doing, I'd put the brown directly on my blonde hair and it went green. So instead of going and getting like, you know, a red to fill it and then put brown over it again, I just went, you know what, I want to be like my auntie. I want to have long black hair again. I brought hair extensions and I dyed my hair black. So from about 19 until about 2 years ago, so until I was about 21, I had black hair. And then around my 21st birthday, I decided that oh no, not long before my 21st birthday, I started getting a few like foils and stuff like that in it, just to kind of break up the black a little bit and start lightening it just slowly. And then I decided to go, because it was just really hard to maintain having like the kind of caramel sort of foils throughout the black hair. Like it was kind of that ombre sort of look. It was really hard to maintain. It just kept going very copper, very similar to how it is now. So I decided that I'd just do a chocolate brown all over. I absolutely love that. Chocolate brown is probably what I'm going to do again soon. But yeah, the problem was I ran out of the chocolate brown that I always used. It wasn't in the shop, my roots were showing and it looked gross, so I thought, oh, it's alright, I'll just get a chocolate brown in another brand. Bad idea. I put this chocolate brown in my hair and my hair went black again. So it was jet black once again and I hated it. And then maybe for like the next week or so I was like, oh, it's alright, but it just felt so harsh and I'm like, now the root problem's going to be even harder again. And I've just wrecked all those foils I'd put in when I just kind of wanted it dark brown with a few like lighter bits. Straightening and constantly dyeing it and doing weird things like random dreadlocks in the bottom and just crazy stuff to my hair over the years. It has caused so much damage. So one day I just woke up, saw like on YouTube people with beautiful curly hair, and I was just so envious because I knew that my hair just wouldn't look like that because of all the damage I've done to it. And but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put up with it looking like shit for a while and get my curls back. So that was about a month ago now. I decided to do that and I am loving it. I am. It looks like crap right now because I haven't styled it or done anything to it today and I can't wash it because of stitches in my head at the moment. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I'm struggling a bit to find information how to, I guess, transition back to curls from straightening it for so long. I've completely lost my curl pattern. So I'm still to go through the process of gaining that back and getting my natural hair back. You know, I've gone out and brought like curly hair products to make it curlier, more so because I don't really know enough about it all. I don't want to be putting like more shit in my hair and making it worse. I kind of just want to leave it natural. The only thing I've used to style it with, which you'll see in some photos, is coconut oil. Not only is it like really good for your hair and it's making it a lot nicer, it works really, really well as a styling product. So that's been really good. Yeah, if any of you guys have any recommendations for me of products to use to help get my hair to look nice, that would be really nice. If you heard some good things about Diva Curl, so yeah, let me know in the comments below like what your thoughts are on it before I go and spend a lot of money on something like that. But yeah, I've kind of struggled a bit to kind of work out exactly what my hair type curl is. I've still got a long way to go, and some days it's curlier, some days it's not as curly. It's just kind of doing what it wants because I'm not manipulating it anymore. I just can't seem to find information on my hair type, and so it's really hard to kind of find a product that's going to make it, you know, look really good, give it heaps of body, and make the curls really textured. And that's what I'm looking for, is to really define my curls and have body. It's a bit of a struggle for me, so if there's anyone else with a very similar hair type, I would love to hear from you and what you do so I can look like you. That would be awesome. But yeah, so I've done a lot of crazy things to my hair, and I finally decided to just let it go natural. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the colour. I'll probably, I don't know whether to get some bit of foils to break up the regrowth so that I don't have to keep dyeing my roots dark all the time, or if I'll keep it, I don't really know yet. But yeah, no more heat, no more, and no more straightening. I don't use a blow dryer, I just let it dry naturally. Yeah, none of that anymore. So that's my journey thus far. I look forward to having it calm down a little bit because it's quite full on. Yeah, if you have any recommendations, that would be really, really appreciated. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be back soon with an updated video about how I'm going with it, and hopefully it looks a lot nicer by then. But yeah, if you're doing this too, stay at it, because it will be worth it in the end.